That's right, we're back with episode 7 of Roast Your Build. And this is a monumental episode. There is something very important happening with really the series in general. So stay tuned for that later on in this video. But for now, let's jump into the awesome things you guys sent in, the community voted on in my Discord, and see what you guys put together. Coming in 10th place with a build that had 15 votes was from Philip. And Philip sent in a Tokyo Marui NGRS Scar 17. This is the light variant, it's a Scar L, not a Scar H, so not really my favorite of the two. But you put together what looks like a typical Scar build that is aesthetically pleasing. You're rocking a SOTAC CQB-L1, SOTAC M600 light, a T-Eagle 1.2-6 LPVO, which I will say in that bronze color looks pretty darn cool, an AFG, and an AliExpress Mark II carbine sling. Very simple. You note that this is one of your favorite builds, and I can see why, but again, as you mentioned, it's very simplistic and basic. I don't want to call it vanilla because it's a Scar, not an M4, so I'm going to give this one a 3.7 out of 5 for me. Not bad, I'd rock it, but not my favorite of the two variants. And as I'm going through this, I'm realizing we actually have a 4-way tie for 10th place. I'm still gonna rank them as I see fit, but I don't think that's ever happened before on this series. Also with 15 votes comes a vanilla M4A1 build from Miller. Miller was featured in the last Roaster kit, but this time he's showing off one of his replica builds that is from the United States Marine Corps 3rd Force Recon. It is an M4A1 that is replicated allegedly 1-to-1 from the president's visit to Vietnam in 2017. The base is a King Arms M4 with Magpul furniture, a KAC RIS handguard, and a BCM angled grip. You're rocking the KAC micro rear sight, a Hurricane EOTech XPS3, an FMA PEC 15, and an Inforce WML Ergo flashlight. Now, the kit obviously gives it some bias because it looks really cool and it's well put together, great photography as always. But in all actuality, it is a very basic M4. What gives it bonus points in my book, and I think many others who voted for this one, is that it is replicating a real build. And in this community, especially the TGL one, that's always something to be proud of. So nice job. I'm gonna give this one a 4 out of 5. Again, it is a vanilla M4, but it's also an especially vanilla M4. There's intention behind it. So nice build overall, Miller. The next one comes from one of my Patreon guys, which shout out all of them. They're pretty cool dudes and we do some cool hangouts and they get exclusive perks. So go check it out if you want to join. But this comes from Sen. And Sen starts out with, yeah, it's an AK build, I'm sorry. And you know what? I'm only a little bit mad. This is a Recce-ish AK-74 build, again from Sen, which is based off of Specna Arms J06 Edge. You've got cool accessories like a Bugatti lightweight stock, a Bugatti PEC 15, Invader Gear 1-point sling, an LPVO, and a custom stripe pattern camouflage paint job, which I think that's kind of the highlight of it. It almost reminds me of the Endor ponchos that they wore in Return of the Jedi, but more in a stripey pattern. Like the colors you got look cool. It is an AK and it's got some bare bones basic accessories for every modernized AK. And I can't hate on it too much, but as you said, dude, it's an AK. Very few have won me over. In fact, we'll see another AK later in this build. Sen, I'm gonna give this one a 3.8 out of 5, just because that paint job, for a huge Star Wars fan like me, sent me right back. So you'll get credit where credit is due. Overall, nice work. Now the last build in this 10th place 4-way tie with 15 votes comes from Robski. Now technically this is in 7th place, and this one exposes the duality of man, where you go for a concealable, super compact submachine gun, and then slap a Spectre DR optic on there. You noted that this was for the memes, but it fits really well, and I can't really argue with you. German guns and the Spectre DR tend to go hand in hand, but this is a TM MP5 NGRS base. You've done a whole bunch of internal upgrades, but externally we're looking at a Magpul MOE handguard and a Wadston Surefire Scout Light. It's not bad, just weird. I still have to get an MP5 at some point. Never had one. So just for the weirdness alone, I'm gonna give this a 2.5 out of 5. Right in the middle, because it seems like you're stuck in the middle with what you want to actually do with this thing. In all actuality, it's not that bad, but a 2.5 is good for the content. Now, we're out of that 15 vote range. We're bumping it up now with 17 votes. This build's coming from Carpenter, and this is ugly, but I really like it. It's so ugly that it looks really good. And this is Carpenter's early 2000s Delta style rifle. This is a classic Colt 727 style build with that kind of base, a Car 15 stock, and a custom-made Armalite tube handguard. This is really the icing on the cake for this build. You chose modern accessories to match with old style vibes, and it kind of works. It's not what I would do personally. I would go straight historical accuracy. Seeing things like the MGS carry handle optic mount with an LPVO up there is just so weird. So I like it. I would run this. It's definitely just not what I would own. Carpenter, you sent in a cool build, and it definitely screams a unique flavor to you. I like it, but in the comments below, let me know, would you guys run something like this? Would you go all old school, or would you kind of mash it up to bring it to modernity? Because I may just be having bad takes here. I am kind of full of them. I can't remember if I gave that one a rating or not. But if I didn't, it's a 4 out of 5. The next one comes from Duval, and this one had 19 votes. AK guys, this one might be up your alley. I have no idea what I'm really looking at here. He says that this is a Saiga 223, Saiga, I don't know, to an AK-101 Alpha conversion. Is that something that happens normally for cloners? You have a 5.5 millimeter rear conversion, whatever that means, all Russian parts, I know what that means, and a ton of Zenitco accessories, like a PT1 stock, top cover, handguard, grips, and all. And of course, some other accessories like an EOTech optic and Surefire lights and all. It's just such a weird looking build to go from the Saiga to the AK-101. I don't doubt that it took some solid work, and I can appreciate the effort that went behind it. If I were to run an AK, it might look like this, but again, I don't really know what you did to all of it, so how can I even rate it? You know what? In all fairness, I know work went into it. You did some modification. So I'm gonna give this one maybe a record-breaking 4 out of 5. I don't know if I've rated an AK higher in the past. Let me know below again. The next build comes from Jaspro, and this is a basic vanilla M4. However, it is put together well. Everything seems intentional. It clearly is a clone of a certain era, and that's why the community gave it 19 votes, which is our 4th highest this episode. Your base is a SEMA 002. Stock internals, Car 15 stock, KAC grip, Comp M2 Repro, and a Somo Gear PEC 2. This to me is like 2000 Special Forces rifle. This is what the cool guys had in the early 2000s with airsoft. This is what people wanted. And you know what? I can't hate on it. I like it better than any modern vanilla M4. But again, it does seem basic, although intentional. So many of those builds, and I appreciate you guys. Those who take the vanilla things in life and make them really cool. Props to you. I don't hate it. I'm gonna give it a 4.2 out of 5. It's basic and vanilla, but would I love to see this hanging up behind me? 100%. Okay, now, before we get to the top 3, there's something I gotta tell you guys. If you've been a longtime fan of the channel, well, really for only a couple of years, you might remember that last year over the summer, I took a roast hiatus. The summer heat was roasting us all enough, so we're gonna take a short break. Now, Roast Your Kit is guaranteed going to come back. We still have one more episode to come out in May, but that will not continue until September of later this year. Roast Your Build, we're gonna put on an undetermined hiatus. You see, with this kind of channel and all the stuff that I love talking about, it's really the gear that draws me in. The replicas and rifles and guns and all, that's really cool and I love it, but there's so many submissions that we get for Roast Your Kit that I think I'm gonna transfer all of this energy and put it to more Roast Your Kit videos. Maybe we'll get back into those special themes. And you know what? I'll make you guys a deal. If we bring this series back in the fall, we're going to kick it off with an AK only episode. I will put myself through that torture for you guys as appreciation. So if you really want it, let me know below and keep me updated throughout the summer. Send it in the Discord. Tell me you want an AK roaster build and maybe we'll get to it in the fall. Regardless, we still have 3 more builds for this episode and I think it's time that we give those a look because these are deserving of these spots for sure. In spot number 3 from Noble Civilian, we have an APFG Speer LT 11.5 gas blowback rifle. I've been loving gas rifle stuff lately. This is fully clear YouTube. It is a replica, not real, and empty, safe and everything. And I can fully appreciate it. I know in the past I've also said I love these styles of builds. I don't always love the MCX stuff, but it looks really cool in that bronze tan. You're rocking a Vector Optics Maverick 3 on a Unity riser mount, Engall with pressure pad, EOTech G43 magnifier on another Unity mount, Federal Concepts Ram and Falcon grip, Surefire M340C, and a VFC KAC suppressor with a shroud. And that's where it's at, man. Again, not something I would run, especially with that stock. For some reason, I don't like those ones. But you did a great job overall. But you did a really good job here. I'd love to see this thing rock in gas blowback form. The next one comes from a Roast Your Kit winner. I haven't seen him around in a while, so I'm really glad he posted this. This comes from Kenny2. And this right here is attention to detail. The accessories and the realistic parts, including down to the cleaning kit and bayonet. That is an impressionist rifle, and that's what I love about this. From Kenny2, this is his Tokyo Marui Type 89 AEG. Some things that he did to it included swapping the plastic handguard to a metal one, applying a TM bipod, an MDN red dot, and an MDN brass catcher, a windlass Type 89 bayonet with a scabbard, a Repro Type 89 sling, reproduction ammo with packaging, and a cleaning kit. As I mentioned, the details in this thing, that's where it's at. I love the layout that you did. It's very basic, shows off all the accessories, and it's almost like an action figure pack. Kenny 2, well deserving, and this one's very easily gonna get a 5 out of 5 for me. I'm not a huge fan of the Type 89, but this makes me want to mess with it, and that's a good thing. Nice job. And now comes a submission from someone who didn't get this one in last time. So he resubmitted it and did a little bit of a different vibe with it. Finally made it in with the #1 spot, 26 votes. This comes from King Snake Airsoft. And the one change he did was he made his suppressor just a tad longer. This is his Remington MSR build, based off of the Ares MS338. He's rocking an AAC MSR suppressor, also from Ares, a Repro Vortex Diamondback, and Geisley scope mount. And this thing is just monstrous. I don't know if we've ever had a sniper rifle win roast your build, but there's nothing to roast on this. It is sleek, it looks precise, God knows how it performs, but I love it. I've only used an airsoft sniper once, and it didn't go that great. In fact, I don't even think I got any more. But this is something that I'd love to rock. It's just such a sleek and almost heavy but lightweight feeling build. I can see why you put it together, and I'm glad it made it into that first spot. Maybe this is the final winner of Roast Your Build? I don't know. We'll have to see. All depends on if you guys want it. Regardless, thank you guys so much for joining me on the Roast Your Build series. I feel like this is the closure of a Mr. Rogers Neighborhood thing. Thank you all for sending in so many builds over the last years. And if you guys want a continuation of the series in the fall, let me know below. We'll see you guys for Roast Your Kit next month. And check out the Discord if you guys want to get in on all of it. So the Gear Locker, see y'all there.